Hi everyone, good afternoon. Today I want to present one topic in sociolinguistics with title Key Social Factor in Sociolinguistics such as social class, gender, and age. In everyday lives, language is more than just a way to communicate, but it also a reflection of who we are and the society we live in. The way people speak is often influenced by social factors such as social class, gender, and age. And this influence can be seen from the word that people choose and how people structure the sentences and even their speaking styles in different situations. So, the field that studies the relationship between language and society is called sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics examines language varies across different social groups and how it is used in different social contexts. It is important because language will help social identity, reveal the patterns of social behavior, and even reinforce and challenge social structures. So, based on these backgrounds, the purpose of my presentation is to analyze and to explain how the social factors influence language variations. And I will discuss the key theories and finding research from sociolinguistics to show how the social factor with the way we use language. And now, let's turn to the theoretical backgrounds of this topic. In this section, I will discuss the key theories in social linguistic concept and theories that can help us to understand how the social factors such as social class, gender, and age shape the way we use language. The first one is the basic concept of sociolinguistics. According to William Labov in 1972, sociolinguistics is the study of how people use language depending on social factors and situations. In other words, the way people speak based on who we are and the context we are in. The key ideas in sociolinguistics include language variations. These language variations refers to the differences of vocabulary, pronunciations, and grammars among the speakers. And there is language variables. These language variables are elements of language that change across different social contexts. And there is social stratification, and the social stratification explains how the factors like educations, occupations, and income influence the way of people speaking. And the second one is social class. How social class influence language. Social class, which is related with social factors like educations, occupations, and economic status, plays an important roles in shaping the way how people speak. William Labov found that speakers from different social class will use language in a different language. For example, middle class speakers always use and prefers prestigious or standard form of language. But middle class speakers were more likely to use non-standard form of language that reflects to their group identity. And the third one is gender. Gender also plays on important roles in language use. According to Peter Trudgill in 1974, he found that men and women tend to use more language differently. Humans were more likely to use formal and standard language that reflects in social form and politeness. In contrast, men were more likely to use non-standard language. And the fourth is age. Phenomenon occurred in 1997, point out that age plays an important role in language changes. Teenagers often act as individuals. They create a new way of speaking that may later spread to another age group. And over time, their language continues to evolve across the generations and in different social settings. So this shows that the way we speak reflect not only our age, but also change in our social environment. By understanding this concept will help us to see that language is not only a communication tool, but also a mirror of social identity. And now let's explore how social factors such as social class, gender, and age influence language variations using well-known in sociolinguistic studies. The first one, social class based on study by William Labov in 1972. Labov examines how people in Europe pronounce their R sounds in word apart from. He found that speakers from higher social class pronounce their R clearly, while speakers from working class backgrounds often drop it. However, when working class speakers were in more formal situations, and they tend to pronounce their R sounds more clearly. And the second factor is gender. Based on a study by Peter Trudgill in 1974 in Norwich, England, Trudgill found that women generally use more standard language forms, while men were more likely to use local dialects. It means that language is not only used for communication, but also to express spatial image and gender identity. Women often follow social norms of politeness and correctness, while men may use non-standard forms to show group membership and solidarity. And the third one is, the final factor is age. Age is illustrated by a study conducted by Penelope Eckert in 1997. Eckert studies that teenagers in a high school in Detroit and found the young people use language to show which social group they belong to. The way teenagers speak can signal group and can signal whether they are popular, rebellious, or part of particular group. And this study shows that age strongly influences language use, and that teenagers often create new language from that later spread to the wider community. And the conclusions in my presentation is, language is not just a way to talk to each other, but it also shows who we are and how the society works. The way people speak in different depending on their social class, gender, and age. And language can show someone's status, create a personal image, and show which group they belong to. So, by learning about the social factors, we can better understand people, respect different ways of speaking, and see how language and the society influence each other. Thank you very much. That's all my presentations. Thank you for attention and listening. Have a nice day.